Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Nick here, back with a brand new video. Today we're going to be talking about Hbar, as well as kind of just going into some details on it as well. This is one of the most undervalued gems in this space, as I mentioned in my last video, and honestly, it just gets better. Like, honestly, like the news that we've been seeing, some of these, like for an example, this article here is a rumor, but we kind of already confirmed that this is actually happening. Hbar will be working on the digital dollar. They will be working with CBDCs as well overall. And honestly, this could be massive for not only Hbar, but the entire crypto space as well. Holding Hbar right now is pretty much like holding XRP when it was under, 30 cents as well. They're both pretty similar projects overall, but they have a drastically different use case, different value, and pretty much just overall project structure. Now, I will say right now, Hbar is one of those cryptos that are extremely undervalued in this nice little 24-cent price range. As you guys know, this graph, I've been pretty much eyeing this graph for so long, pretty much showing you guys where to buy in this green space, and also the accumulation phase that we are in, which is stretching to 70 days. Now, I think that this will be ending very soon, and I think that we have a lot more room to grow overall with Hbar. So let's jump into this article. So, rumor: Hedera Hbar working on the digital dollar with the central bank? So we see here the U.S. Federal Reserve has announced that it is assessing a central bank digital currency, CBDCs. This is brand new news. We've been already talking about this for quite a while. The central bank has released the preconditions necessary for the launch of the digital dollar. Hedera is one of the platforms rumored to be potentially working on the CBDC. Hedera is backed by Google, IBM, Boeing, and LG Electronics. Now, we already kind of discussed this a little bit in one of my earlier videos, where the CBDC is going to be coming, and it's going to be, I think they said 6 banks this year. They're going to be testing it until around the end of the year, with, of course, Jerome Powell announcing that in the summer he will be sending out papers for people to fill out, kind of like a survey about what's the main pain points of, dealing with like financial payments, transactions, and stuff. Yeah, I mean, we kind of already got confirmation that, Hedera will be working with CBDCs, but the real question lies in the why. So let's jump back into this. One major buzz in the crypto space has been around the launch of a central bank digital currency, CBDC. According to the Bank of International Settlements report, more than 80% of central banks around the world are already researching the prospects of a CBDC. We already seen, the United States has been pretty much in talks of a CBDC for a while now, ever since China really kind of announced it overall. And we actually see this right here. Countries like China and Sweden are leading the way to the launch of a CBDC. And even here we see central banks are playing catch up, as most global payments are now digital and many companies are accepting cryptos. However, a central bank digital currency would provide low risk central bank backed money. Think of it like regular cash, only updated for the digital financial system. The United States has not been left behind, with Federal Reserve Senior Counsel Jess Chang outlining in February some preconditions for a digital dollar. And again, I already mentioned, we are marching into a digital age in the financial system. The big part about this, though, is right now could not be a better time to get into crypto. We're seeing Bitcoin at, lows that we've seen back in, January. Most assets are down to key support levels. Even if we go over here to Livecoin Watch, 1 second, let me refresh it. So we see, Ethereum at 2,500. Now, we haven't really seen that price for a while now. If we actually open this and look, we kind of bounced off of, this $2,000 range down here, which we haven't seen since around pretty much the beginning of April, which is crazy to even think about. Now, if we look at some other prices here, like for an example, XRP sitting at 89 cents, that's pretty much April prices as well. A lot of these assets are down fairly well, like Bitcoin Cash, but already mentioned Bitcoin Cash is a major buy. But a lot of assets are running like crazy. Matic up 101%. Now, like I said, HBAR still sitting pretty under 50, but above 40 in terms of market cap. And I said that this one is one to watch. We are still, I mean, come on, under a $2 billion market cap. We are going to fly like crazy when we actually break out. I'm telling you, this 15% that we're seeing here is nothing compared to what we're actually going to see. You know, for this to actually be under some of these projects, like for example, like, you know, BitTorrent or SafeMoon, for example, like that's just, I can't even believe that that's still even on here at the current prices. But for it to be under some of these assets, it's just massive because we already know what HBAR offers. It should easily be a top 10 asset. And I think that at some point in time, this is going to be a top 10 easy, and most likely even a top 5, with this possibly even flipping like ADA's market cap. And if we look at market cap of ADA, it's about 50 billion, and it was at about 60 billion pre-crash. So again, very bullish on Hedera. Perfect time to buy with it being at only 23.9. 24. It's been bouncing around this level here for a while now. But yeah, I mean, for a dollar, can't beat it. So the Federal Reserve and the move towards a CBDC. In September 2022, two Congressmen, French Hill and Bill Foster, penned a letter inquiring if the central bank had explored the possibility of a CBDC, and if it hadn't, urging it to be considering doing so. The central bank has not only caught up, but also released the preconditions for a CBDC. According to the Federal Reserve, any CBDC will require technology and safeguards the system's integrity and supports operational robustness and resilience. Since the release of the Fed's note, there have been rumors about which networks could be used for the task, which with much speculation focused on Hedera. Now, like I said, very bullish on Hedera, not taking anything away from Hedera itself, but I will mention the fact that yes, Hedera's public network is massively ahead of, you know, pretty much a lot of projects out there. But I will say this: the thing is that the XRP ledger could also really, you know, help these CBDC scale. Now, of course, we already know that the SEC is dealing with XRP in a way of, you know, basically, I would say undervaluing it, or trying to at least. So it might take a little bit more time before XRPs even adopt it into the system. Now, I will say Hedera and XRP, if they work together, which I think that they most likely will, you know, Hedera basically being the trust layer, and also XRP kind of helping scale it overall, then I don't see a problem at all with, you know, both of those projects running at, you know, insane rates. I still think Hedera is going to be, you know, one of those key holds, and I think so is XRP. It's the same with TEL. I mean, they're all financial pieces to the puzzle of the future financial system. So, for me personally, easy hold. I still think that Hedera is going to be the main focal point for really being the trust layer of, you know, the CBDCs by kind of safeguarding it, if you see here, and keeping it, you know, kind of stable overall. But that's just my opinion. So there have been questions since as early as February 2020 concerning the possibility of the digital dollar being built on Hedera. Redditors have both asked about and detailed the possibility of central banks building on Hedera. Hedera has previously been mentioned by countries looking to launch a CBDC. Hedera's first mention goes as far back as December 2019. In 2019, the National Institute for Smart Government, NISG, published a draft of India's national strategy on blockchain. The NISG proposed a central bank digital rupee, CBDR, on a public permissioned blockchain. The draft proposed that the national blockchain should make use of a private version of the blockchain like the Hedera Hashgraph. This suggests that Hedera could be very capable of handling the digital dollar. And we also see here, on the flip side, the journey hasn't always been smooth for Hedera, with the project running into troubles during its breakout year. In December 2019, reports stated that some of Hedera's nodes had gone offline without warning, leading to suspicions that the network is more centralized than other cryptos. Following claims that 4 out of 10 council nodes were down, some community members proceeded to dump the token. Now, this is, I will say this was a little bit of a, I would say FUD almost kind of back then, but it was also kind of true. I think since then they really, built more integrity overall of the system and kind of, made sure it's more secure. We already kind of seen that in my previous breakdown of Hedera, where they basically could run nodes at any time of the day, even under attacks from like cyber attacks or anything like that. So I think since then they really built their system and improved it overall. So I don't think that is an issue at all. So why Hedera? Hedera Hashgraph is one of those lesser known cryptos making its way onto the big stage. The enterprise behind the project, Hedera, is aiming to solve real-world transaction problems with blockchain. The project is perhaps best known for offering native tokens issuance and configurability without smart contracts, making it similar to Ethereum, Polkadot, and Cardano. Yet Hedera Hashgraph remains unique. Hedera's goal is to become the new standard for the global token economy. Part of this goal will be greatly actualized if central banks from around the world launch their CBDCs on the Hedera blockchain. In the meantime, the project has continued to make strides towards realizing its goals. In February, Standard Bank Group, the largest African bank by assets, announced a partnership with Hedera Hashgraph. The partnership will see the blockchain project help the bank address issues regarding the development of a cross-border trade. Again, this pretty much goes into attack on the idea of XRP being the cross-border bridge. Again, I think that they're both will be used. They're both pieces of the future financial system. We just got to really see what happens in coming times with partnerships, what they're working on, stuff like that. By using Hedera's blockchain, Standard Bank aims to reduce the bottlenecks and settlement periods on their network. The blockchain-based project will also help the bank increase the transparency of transactions on its network. Hedera currently has over 17 companies involved in the Hedera Governing Council, and we already kind of know who they are. So yeah, I mean, overall, this article is a little bit timed. This is back in March of 25th. Now, I will say right now, since this time, we've got a ton of confirmation overall on, what is going on with Hedera. Are they working with the, digital dollars, CBDCs, etc.? And we have confirmation in terms of them working with that. I mean, I uploaded a video on that recently, actually. But the reason why I bring up this article and the reason why I want to talk about it is because, there is some incredible, information in this article to really tell us where we see Hbar going and why we see it going that way. Because, the team already focused on the problem at hand, first off, right? And not only that, but we already know what the issue is overall in terms of the financial system that we have right now, which is the idea of, hey, we have this currency, which is, the US dollar, obviously, but when you're transacting it, we know the fact that, first off, the US dollar is dropping in value like crazy. If we go over here to the DXY, right, so it fluctuates on the daily pretty much, but we were at pretty much above 90, and we already are down, 0.19%, which, yeah, it's not that crazy, but when you're holding US dollar, right, and you pretty much, hold quite a bit, to drop, first off, it's not even worth $1. It's worth 89.85 cents, right? Which, at the time, that I was recording my earlier videos, like even going back like 3 months, we were trading at about 93.3 in terms of the dollar, right? So we continuously drop, in price. Not only that, but this is focused on government, for an example, positions and pretty much what they do. I would rather hold something like Hbar or, XRP or anything like that and keep my money in it because we already know the true value of crypto and what the US dollar is. We already know that it's inflated massively. The stance on it is terrible. So overall, right now, yeah, I could really see a digital dollar coming into place, Hedera building it, or even, working on it, or just even being a part of scaling it to the point where it's also stable. But like I said, Hbar will be the trust layer and XRP will still be the bridge. So these two assets, you guys already know that I'm very bullish on both of those if you guys do follow me on Twitter. But for the most part, I still see, the US dollar will probably lose value over time more and more and more. We kind of already seen that overall. But for the most part, like, Hbar, it's, for me personally, I could definitely see Hedera working with central banks, working on the digital dollar. Like I said, we kind of already got confirmation of that. And right now it's extremely undervalued. It's an undervalued gem, and I still see, this is holding a piece of the future financial system. So it's an easy hold. It's a non-stress hold, and we're still very early. I can't stress how much we're still early, because when you can get 4 for $1, it's really just the time to buy, to be completely honest with you. I really can't stress that enough. But anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, and also turn notifications on to get notified whenever I upload a video. I'm uploading a ton of content, trying to pretty much give you guys the best of the best, and really give you it on like a timely manner. But I also have a free Discord group. If you guys want to join that, it's in the description below, and you guys can follow me on Twitter as well in the description below. But nonetheless, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. I hope that you all have an amazing day or an amazing night wherever you are. This has been Nick. Peace out.